Stepping into a salsa club for the first time can be a little frightening. The music hits you like a wall of sound, and the couples on the floor are moving so rapidly it feels like they possess some secret superpower. That superpower actually comes down to finding a single shared anchor point called the one. This is the very first beat of a musical phrase, and it acts as the master synth point connecting every musician and every dancer in the room. To a beginner, a salsa band sounds loud and unpredictable. In reality, the musicians are engaging in a highly organized, completely predictable conversation. Think of the band like people talking. The rhythm section speaks in fast, rapid fire syllables and short punctuation marks. Meanwhile, the melody instruments speak in long, complete sentences. If you are trying to find that critical first beat, you have to stop trying to count every single rapid syllable. Instead, you just need to listen for the natural reset of a musical sentence. Let's meet the instruments speaking in those fast syllables. First are the clave, two simple wooden sticks. They play a repeating five-note pattern that dictates the timing for the entire band. Every other instrument aligns with this specific heartbeat. Next, you will hear a continuous rasping texture. This comes from instruments like the guiro, a hollow scraper, maracas. They provide a steady, high-pitched pulse that keeps the band in time, much like the constant syllables in a fast-paced sentence. Congas. These tall hand drums provide the foundational thumping pulse. The player uses rapid double hits that act like a runway, reading the music directly into the start of the next phrase. Finally, the timbales. This player acts like the conductor of the group. When the song is about to change sections, they use a sharp rolling drum fill that crashes loudly, landing exactly on beat 1 to signal the transition. The drums offer excellent signals for keeping time. However, tracking all of these rapid, overlapping syllables requires an intense amount of focus. Relying on them to find the start of the phrase for a 5-minute song is simply exhausting. To make finding the one effortless, we need to shift our focus away from the percussion and listen instead to the band's sentence makers, the piano and the bass. They dictate the actual musical phrase. The piano plays a catchy, repeating loop. It sounds very lively because it avoids the main steps of the beat, landing instead in the depths between them to create a dancing feel. This animated timeline shows exactly how that piano melody loops over 8 beats. Because the melody repeats precisely, you only need to listen for the moment the sentence starts over. That clear reset point at the beginning of the cycle is the one. Then we have the bass player, who provides the steady, thumping groove of the song. Looking at this timeline of the 8 beats, notice where the bass notes actually land. In a counterintuitive twist, the bassist almost never plays a note on the very first beat of the phrase. Instead, the bass player uses an anticipated rhythm. They play a heavy, pushed note right on beat 4. Hitting that strong note right before the measure restarts drives the momentum forward. Because of that heavy push on 4, the bass holds its note and remains silent on beat 1. This creates a powerful vacuum of sound right at the start of the measure. That heavy hit on 4 and the resulting silence is what points the listener directly to beat 1. Let's put this into practice. Listen to just the piano and bass playing together. Feel that heavy bass hit. Notice the momentary silence right after it. Hear how the piano starts its sentence in that exact space. Now, let's bring back the loud, layered elements of the band, including the brass section playing their explosive, punchy riffs. Try to find the one again within this full, energetic mix. Don't worry about the fast drums. Rely entirely on the piano starting its sentence and the bass creating that silent vacuum. When you finally hear how these musical layers lock together on the one, the band and dancers become perfectly synchronized, stepping into the phrase together. By tuning out the chaotic syllables and listening for the piano's sentence and the bass's vacuum, the overwhelming noise goes away. What remains is a predictable groove.